I have a really difficult question that I don't think you're prepared to answer. So did you cheat on Alex with me when we had Moose?
Wild Til 9! Are you ready?
Yep, let's go home.
Who is this? Oh my God. Hi, buddy.
Okay, I don't want to make this just a complete sadness overload if you're not watching the video, but we do have a new guest that won't be saying much all episode, who's also going to live here the rest of his life.
He also is kind of in the diaper phase of his life right now.
We took it off just so we wouldn't get embarrassed.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't. I fucking can't.
Hi, Diggy.
Oh no, headphones are down. Headphones are down. Oh my God. Welcome back to the pod. Oh no, we've got escape. Diggy. Oh God. Diggy.
No,
Diggy.
Welcome back to Wild Til 9, Animal Edition.
We are officially a family of 4.
I want to thank a lot of people, mostly Lauren, because she, without question, did the most last week.
I did the heavy lifting.
And we're going to get into it. So
Oh no.
before we get into Diggy.
Diggy's licking his balls right now. You know what? For those of you in the audio edition, feel free to stay on the audio edition because
for those on the podcast that don't want to watch a dog lick his nuts for an hour and a half, I get it.
I think it might be just at a shot.
Yeah. So I don't even know where to really begin.
I know. Where do we start?
Well, so we teased this last week, and we almost had to cut it. We were going to have to cut it.
We almost had to cut it, yeah.
So we have had what I can only describe as one of the most eventful, life-changing weeks in about 19 different ways.
Literally.
Since we last spoke.
There has been more life changes in the past.
In fact, we usually record this on a Monday evening. It's Wednesday evening, 2 days later, because there was so much going on that we had to delay the pod for 2 more days. So we are ripe, chock full of things to discuss.
I literally can't even focus on what you're saying because, I mean, Diggy is licking his balls, but he's just so adorable. Okay, so I don't even know where to start. Okay, so we got a call about
We had a baby.
2.5 weeks ago now.
We had a baby.
We did have a baby.
Yes.
It was a full-term pregnancy. He came out at 7 years old.
He did. Yep. Yeah.
At 36 pounds.
36 pounds and 7 years old.
And we carried him in our womb. Immaculate conception.
And he's just as potty trained as you'd think he would be for being born
6 days ago.
Yeah. Where to begin?
So, okay. So, Moose, I picked up Moose in Sacramento from a breeder at 8 weeks old. And I was trying to think of like how I got connected to the breeder. I grew up living next to a bull terrier. He was full size. Buster, miss you, buddy. Love you. And
how is Buster doing right now? How is he?
I mean, it was so long ago. Moose, where are you going? This is a podcast about you. No.
Oh my God. Hannah, just at a certain point, you can just start cutting things when we like have too much dead space. But yeah.
Okay.
That's adorable. So what happened? So what had happened was Lauren and I kept fighting over who gets to hold our dog, and so we decided to fix the problem forever and just get 2. So the first part of this story predates me, which is I came into the picture, although Moose is Lauren and I's natural born child.
Yes.
We
out of my womb.
Yeah, so a year and a half or 2 years before. Actually, so wait.
Moose would have been just over, it would have been like 1.5.
I have a really difficult question that I don't think you're prepared to answer.
Oh, fuck, okay.
So did you cheat on Alex with me when we had Moose? And by the way, let's call him.
I have to think about this?
Yeah, let's call him and apologize if so. Because I didn't mean it.
Yeah, no.
I
also didn't mean it.
Yeah.
What? I mean.
So when you released DIY Queen,
yes.
Do you think that was when you might have caught the seed?
The moose seed. want to be very clear that we didn't know there was no cheating whatsoever. But Moose somehow was conceived into my womb by way of Jeremy's father.
Right. Yeah. And that was, what, a year and a half before we started dating?
That was a year and a half before we started dating.
So to fast forward to today, we now have gone full inception.
Yes.
And have somehow found a way to adopt the father of a child we already had.
Yes, exactly. Of which we also conceived as well.
Naturally. Yes.
So the family that I got Moose from lived in Sacramento, and I got connected to them through another mini bull terrier owner who lived in Southern California.
Sounds like mini bully terror.
Mini bull. I mean, that's not a foreign.
Stop eating your nuts. Yes.
That was his feet, his little feet.
That too.
That's not a foreign word, especially that people use for the terrier breeds overall. Like Jack Russell Terrier is very, very common. And you know what? To be honest, I don't think bull terriers are a terror.
They can be fun sometimes, that's for sure.
I don't think bull terriers are a terror.
Whatever.
I think on behalf of Moose and Diggy, we would like to rebuke that statement.
Fine.
So I got connected to the family via Instagram. And so fast forward to 2.5-ish weeks ago, we got a call from the family who is, I mean, obviously like personal matters, so I'm not going to get too deep into it, but they are downsizing from their 10-acre lot and they have 6 dogs. And so they are sadly preparing to potentially have to move into an apartment or a house, etc. And having 6 dogs. I mean, honestly, renting an apartment with even one dog, especially based on like the breed, can be complicated in itself. And so they were really, really upset about having to rehome Diggy and find him a new home. And so they asked me if I knew anyone or could help. And
we knew somebody. We found somebody.
And we knew so we signed on. We signed on initially.
It's us. We did it.
It's our home that we are rehoming.
We're not
Diggy
even going to
to.
pretend like we're going to foster for a moment.
Well, okay, so no, yeah. So we originally were like, okay, I have so many friends who are obsessed with moose and who love bull terriers, and everyone always says like, I want a moose. I want a moose. And because like a lot of the times moose is the first bull terrier that someone has met because there's just like not that many of them. Again, it's not the golden doodle of America.
No.
And so a lot of people will interact with moose for the first time and be like, oh, is this what the breed is like? And because I've only known a handful of them, I'm like, I don't really know.
Hard to say.
I think Moose is very special, and like I'm biased because we are his parents, and I think he's the best dog in the entire world.
Correct.
Next to now
that's
Diggy.
Now a fact.
No, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Also a fact. So I agreed to help Foster to rehome, to find him a new home. And y'all, this is fucking shocking. It was Jeremy's idea to bring Diggy into our home. Jeremy's idea, ladies and gentlemen.
I think you thought I was going to push back more than I did. I did push back.
What do you mean push back? It was your idea. I said, let's foster.
Right.
And even that, I was hesitant to see if you would agree because even still, that's like still, a commitment of time and effort and just like having another dog.
Look at him.
And then I feel like you started having the conversation jokingly of being like, what if we were the family?
What if we were the one? No, it's just like, so, I mean, I've had 2 dogs before at the same time.
Yeah. And
it was great. But like 2 dogs can also be not great.
Right, yeah.
And I think with breeds that are just potentially socially weird sometimes, which bull terriers for sure are. I think there's like the like idea of like, oh, what if they just exist in the same house but like don't actually get along or whatever. And it's like the things, it's so funny, like when we were like going through our heads, even I don't even like know if we said this, but like the non-starters of what would have made this a temporary situation, not a permanent, would have been like, they don't get along. Like one's aggressive or like all of the things that would need to be like honestly perfect. They all checked those boxes in like the first 5 minutes. And I was
crazy.
Like, this is amazing.
Yeah, it was crazy. And I feel like we didn't put enough emphasis on the fact that this is literally Moose's dad.
Yeah. So
like this is people keep being like, what?
No, like this one, the one that got here first, is actually the baby.
Is the baby
of dad.
Of the dad. And so also the family tree is very confusing now because if Moose and Diggy share the same parents, which is us, that makes them brothers.
Right.
But technically, Moose is Diggy's son.
Allow me to clear things up for you.
Okay.
If in a world where we hadn't birthed them, right, then simply put, Diggy, Moose's dad.
Yeah.
But because we birthed them,
Right.
and we are their parents,
Yes.
that now
makes them brothers. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think also too
Questions,
because
comments,
they're
concerns?
no,
Okay, yeah.
same page. I think also because they're only 2 years apart too. It feels weird to be like father and son,
Right.
Because Diggy's only 7, and good one. I have been in tears basically every 47 seconds over the last 6 days because I just emotionally and physically was not prepared for how much love has been exploding from every orifice of my body.
Woof. Orifice?
So sorry. Yeah, that was maybe not that was too much, too far.
Every fiber of your being. How about
Every
that?
fiber of my being has just been exploding with love over the last 6 days.
Fiber of your being.
Every fiber of my being.
Yeah.
And literally, I'm watching his little egghead get pet right now, and I can't even handle it.
I just genuinely, like, I love, you know how when you become an adult, you can kind of do what you want? So, like, when we decided we wanted a dog overnight, we were like, let's give this a try. Yeah, it's amazing, whatever.
No, it's,
What's funny is, and I want to get into moms in general, is I think, and anybody who has a significant other with parents will relate to the fact that there's certain news that you can share with certain parents that goes over really well, and certain news you can share that does not go really well. And like, I genuinely think that like Donna and Gail, our mothers,
Right.
are really good at receiving opposite information.
Definitely. No, you're so right. It's like they're Donna's got her strengths and weaknesses in news that we would be nervous / excited to tell her.
Yeah.
And then Gail is kind of on the flip side of all that. So not only on the political scale are they opposite, but also on the receiving of news scale, they're opposite.
How would you describe it?
Describe what?
The like, how do you classify that? Like receiving of news, but also like
Look at them. Look at them. Also, the audio of this whole podcast is
it'll be great. No, it's gonna be great. So, like, if you were to get a tattoo and
I can't with the audio. It's so adorable.
if you were to get a tattoo or make a big purchase or do something, well, just because you can, Donna's great.
Yeah, exactly.
Really great.
Really great. Really great.
Because Donna's like, well, listen, you're an adult. Figure it out. You'll be fine. Like, she's not gonna like wear the stress of like what could potentially not be good about whatever your decision is.
Right.
She's pretty good about it. Like, well, you're an adult.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
Yeah, that's your. Yeah.
Gail's a practical individual.
Gail's a practical individual, and also her and I are very similar in the sense that we will go through a list and then a list of the lists of things that could potentially go wrong. And her and I are very similar in that respect. And so when we made the announcement that we were with child.
Right.
And
I think the child would arrive in a few days.
And that the child was on the way to being present with us.
Right.
Her reaction was that she was going through immediately, because we kind of sprung the news on her, like the list of things that could potentially go wrong.
Arguably, every time you tell someone a child's coming into the world, it's gonna be sprung on them.
I actually saw a TikTok, say that in TikTok, the next day, where it was a couple telling their parents that they were having another kid, and so I guess they already had 2 kids, and the grandma's reaction was essentially like, another one? You can't even take care of the 2 that you have now.
Like,
and so I said that to my mom. I was like, this was you. This was you moments ago. And she actually apologized. She sent a very nice apology and was like, "I'm sorry that I want to be excited about the announcement because I know you're excited." And like, I understand where she's coming from because Moose is so easy. He is such an easygoing dog. He is so low maintenance. We are able to travel with him when we go back to Canada, and he is so easy. Like, I'm not kidding. You can give him. We give him probably more attention than any owner should give their dog, but he is just truly so independent and low maintenance. And so I can understand the worry that she had of being like, okay, well, like this could get really, really difficult really, really quickly. And now a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. Life has been moving pretty fast recently, and with chaos comes stress. And by chaos, we mean 2 bull terriers. When one thing goes wrong, it seems like a way bigger deal than it really is, and BetterHelp can help put your brain back into problem-solving mode, making it easier to accomplish your goals no matter how big or small by matching you with an online therapist.
With BetterHelp, you can get matched with a therapist after filling out a brief survey, and you can switch therapists at any time. That's one thing I love about BetterHelp, because finding the right therapist for you is really important. Being able to talk to someone when you feel like there's no escaping the stress piling around you really helps put things into perspective.
I personally have a quarterly mental breakdown, and I feel as if using BetterHelp has turned that into a biannual mental breakdown.
Yeah. Also,
Things have been really good.
I think it's trending in the right direction.
Yeah, I agree. So if you're thinking of giving therapy a try, BetterHelp is a great option. It's convenient, accessible, affordable, and entirely online. When you want to be a better problem solver, therapy can get you there. Visit BetterHelp.com/WT9 today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp.com/WT9. We can all agree that one of the worst feelings in the world is dropping a caseless phone on the pavement when she's naked. It's an immediate pit in your stomach followed by ice shit. Finding a case that's actually protected while looking slim and cute can be hard. Put protection, sustainability, and style together, and that is Casetify.
Casetify's goal is about creating a case that's not only sleek and stylish, but also protective. Engineered with EcoShock, Casetify's latest protection tech, their newest iPhone 14 Impact series is 20% more protective and just as slim. Their cases are optimized for protection up to 11.5 feet at 5x the military standard, or what I like to call Lord DIY proof. That means it's going to withstand drops up to 130 times. That should get you through at least a week or two.
Yeah, exactly. Casetify has the cutest designs on their phone cases. I love browsing their site whenever I get bored of my current case. I swap out a case probably like once a week.
I've never seen anything like it.
It's a problem. It's seriously a problem. You can even design your own, so the options are truly endless, and they're sustainable as well. Their cases are developed from 65% recycled and plant-based material, as well as being partially made from upcycled phone cases through our Casetify program.
Get one of the most protective, cool-looking, and environmentally friendly phone cases the internet has to offer. Use our code 15WILD or use the link in the description to get 15% off your Casetify order. That's 15% off with your code 15WILD. It's like we have ourselves a little house hippo for the Canadian listeners.
Yes.
Who is quite malleable, just wants a snack and a cuddle.
Just wants a snack and a cuddle.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
And we could have, got a little terror.
A terror. We could have gotten a terror.
But we didn't.
Although
he's eating his foot.
Yeah, he's eating his foot a little bit.
So what's funny about this is as we said last week, Donna was coming to town. Donna was coming to town last Thursday.
Yes.
And once again, for anybody who has parents and a relationship and all these things, you kind of have to ready the house for
their arrival.
Yeah. And
because you have to make it look like you are a functioning human within society who has clean bed sheets and fresh towels, and there's not pee marks on the seat.
Yeah, no, all those things. Yeah, that's
literally
baseline.
that is the baseline.
Yeah, and that's stressful enough.
Oh my God.
That's stressful enough under normal circumstances.
Yes.
But when you compound that with, there's going to be a new dog who also is going to be there for the first time ever, it's a lot. And to compound it even more, so what happened? We were supposed to go up on a Friday, or no, they were supposed to come down on a Friday or something.
No, they were gonna make the so originally they were gonna come after work. So Sacramento, far, 5.5 hours if you were to drive completely straight through.
Yeah.
And so they were gonna come and drop Diggy off late Friday. Donna would have been arriving on Thursday. So we were like, okay.
Perfect birthday present for Donna.
Her birthday was literally on
45th birthday, right, Mom? 45.
Also, I want to be very clear, Donna's not listening to this podcast.
She's not listening to this, but I'll still clip that just in case.
And so...
Which would have put her at 15 when I was born.
Right, which makes sense. Yeah. And then so it was originally supposed to be a Friday night late drop off, which honestly wasn't super ideal because that's not a lot of time to get adjusted to your new environment. But I mean, if they offered to make the drive and they're like, we'd love to drop him off. We'd love to see Moose again because it's been obviously 5 years.
We basically were going to get Postmates for pup.
Postmates for pup, literally. And it's just a
pups.
Diggy drop off.
Yeah.
And they're honestly just so happy for Diggy to be in a healthy and happy home. They see the way that we spoil Moose. And I think that probably gives them a lot of...
What do you mean spoil?
Just give him a regular day-to-day life treatment.
Yeah, I think it's just
as a pup
general,
should. Yes.
just general basic requirements.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, he
the
does
pup cup every Tuesday.
He needs new sweaters.
Membership, dog pound.
Oh my God, membership. Yeah. Not dog pound. Dog pound's the
that's why I don't have a dog.
Dog pound is either the dog
gym?
pound or the really fancy celebrity gym. No, but the membership to dog people, the bougie not celebrity, but the bougie dog park for memberships. And so then the Diggy drop off got moved to Saturday, which again would have been fine. Donna would have been there for another 3 days. And again, so generous of them to do the Diggy drop off. The doggy Diggy drop off.
Postmates for pups, Diggy drop off.
Diggy drop off. And so they gave me a call and they had to reschedule for the following weekend.
Boo.
And Jeremy and I both spiraled. We're like, we can't not have Diggy this weekend. Like I'm not kidding. I bought a countdown calendar to flip on a daily basis of what the countdown was for how many days until Diggy Day.
Yeah, we know we had a countdown. And like once you have a countdown, you can't go back.
You can't reset and add more numbers to the countdown. That's just not how countdowns work. It's like if you had an advent calendar.
I would be like, oh, Christmas actually needs to come next week. No. I want my presents today.
Yeah.
Mom. Yeah.
So we tried to problem solve and we're like, okay, what are the options? Because Jeremy was also balls deep in taxes.
So for anyone who's an adult and knows that, if you get the extension for, your taxes, I was doing my 2020. It is almost 2023, guys. It's almost 2023.
So you're doing 2021?
I was literally finalizing all of my deductions for 2021.
Okay.
And it took days.
Right. So Jeremy was balls deep in taxes. And so we were like, okay, what if we were to drive overnight?
So I was thinking to myself, all right, so do I just go to jail for tax evasion and get Diggy on time? Or do I
just go to jail and get Diggy on time?
Right. Those are my options.
Those are your options.
And while I was on some call trying to figure something out, I got the text from Lauren that goes, I had an idea. And I was like, oh God.
It was like, I have a stroke of genius. I have an idea.
Yeah, you're like,
I was like, come to my office when you're done.
I was like, okay. And I came in there and you were like, I've booked a hotel. I will be driving in 10 minutes to Sacramento by myself. I'm going to pick Diggy up and I'm going to drive him back right now.
It is hands down the most independent and last minute decision that I have ever made in my entire life.
If Lauren has any outing.
That was the most out of character thing I've ever done.
If Lauren has any outing that her friends can't go to, I'm expected to go. Like,
oh my God, yeah, I wouldn't go by myself.
You don't do things by yourself. Yeah, no, you don't.
No.
Like,
absolutely not.
You get mad at me every single time that like I'm not available to do a thing with you.
Yeah.
Upset. And so when you told me that you were going to hop in your car,
which guys, I love my Tesla, and truly,
it shouldn't even be here.
Diggy was brought to you by the Tesla, because I would not have been able to do that drive without autopilot.
Yeah, no, Lauren's great at like kind of just like getting distracted. Not like dozing off, but
I just want to be very clear that I think I was energized by the scenario because I'm a nappy bitch. Like I need so many naps a day. I get really tired during driving. Like I literally keep sour candies in like my.
Is that why you keep sour candies?
Yes, because it helps me like stay awake if I'm tired.
That's how you know that like this has been a lifelong thing for you. Like I would never think to like, oh, I'm gonna like sit here and just like suck on warheads.
My lash girl the other day, because I've talked about this before too, is that like I can follow, I just like will be mid-sentence and fall asleep if my eyes are closed. Like, so if we're having a conversation in bed and my eyes are closed, there's a high chance that I'll fall asleep.
The amount of times Lauren has just fallen asleep on me while I'm having a conversation with her is out of this fucking world. I'm waiting for the day, mid-sex, I look over, she's just out. Just out.
It's if my eyes are already closed. And so getting my lashes done, my lash girl and I would be chatting, and same thing, like sometimes I just knock out, and I get so stressed about it because again, I'm a really flinchy napper, and so I know.
You're a flinchy nappy bitch.
I'm a flinchy nappy bitch, and one day I just feel like I'm gonna lose an eyeball, and it's my fault.
And I want to be clear.
It's 100% my fault.
You don't get to lose eyeballs and stay together. I want you to know.
Babe, come on.
I'm kidding. I would love you with a half a ball.
0.5 of 2 balls.
Yeah, I need you to have one. Yeah, as long as you have 0.5 ball.
Yeah, that's enough.
We're good.
But my last girl the other day was like, what did she say? What's the disorder where you can fall asleep at any time?
Narcolepsy.
Yeah, she was like, do you have narcolepsy?
And you were like,
and I was
tell
like,
me the definition of narcolepsy.
I don't think so. And she's like, are you sure? And I was like, maybe.
So have you fallen asleep while driving before?
Once for a split second.
And were you tired or did it like come out of nowhere?
I was exhausted. I was driving. Okay. It was 2 a.m. I'd worked like a 13-hour shift serving or whatever at my bar job or whatever. And
were you in the skirt?
This was the yoga pants place.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I wish that I could see like kilt Lauren. Yeah.
Kilt honestly makes it sound more modest than it was. It was just like tiny rolled up schoolgirl plaid skirt at an Irish pub that was, supposed to have kilt vibes, but was just like
these are my ass cheeks.
These are my ass cheeks. Here's my ass cheeks in a beard t-shirt. Please tip me.
You have my money.
That's what that era was of my life. Also, I cannot believe that we have 2 sleeping meatball piggos next to us, and we both have one.
I know.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
I know. So when Lauren said she was just going to hop into the car by herself,
yes,
she said, "Hey, sweetheart, you stay here and do these little taxes. I'm going to head up to Sacramento by myself, stay in a fucking corporate housing hotel."
Yeah, by accident. I didn't realize.
Yeah, like you stayed in this like the spot that like they send people who sell like Salesforce.
Yeah.
For like a week.
I had a dishwasher in my hotel room.
Like it was unnecessarily like all of the amenities that you did not need. They had. And
also, one way to learn how to drive a Tesla is take it on a 7.5 hour road trip.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Really learning as I went. Also, the amount of times that I've accidentally put my windshield wipers on with my blinker is out of this world.
You've got the, I don't have that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not long story short, but the interesting piece here is that the next morning, well, I should say, throughout the evening, while I'm still cramming doing my taxes, shout out Travis, you kept just like not being asleep. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I literally brought a pillow and a blanket in case I had to pull over and like take like a 20-30 minute power nap.
Yeah.
Which I honestly was like, I'm totally fine doing this. Like I'm committed to this being my entire evening. So I left around 3. I didn't get in until 11. I got like detoured and a little bit lost for a minute, and none of the navigations, like Waze, Google Maps, Apple Maps, none of them were registering that this one on-ramp was closed. And so I was lost in a very sketchy part of God knows where, about halfway between LA and Sacramento.
My favorite part about this whole thing is that it goes to show you will do anything
Yes.
for your pup.
For the right pup.
Yeah. Like I know better than to ask you to pick me up at LAX
Oh, yeah, no.
on any given day.
Yeah, no.
You wouldn't be interested.
No.
But you would now drive 5.5 hours north and then 7 hours north and then right on back down the next day if a piglet was involved.
If a piglet was involved.
So, I mean, you got to see him when he first met you.
Yeah.
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 You called me immediately. You were like, babe.
I was like, he's so little. So essentially the conversations, because I've kind of stayed in touch with the family, you know, every so often, like I'll hear from them because again, they see Moose, you know, being a super happy pup in the world. And so we've kept in touch a little bit. And when we were on the phone kind of like trying to learn more about Diggy, like when we were still in the fostering stage, they were like, okay, he's not neutered, obviously, because he's got nuts. He's got nuts. He got nuts.
I've never had a dog with nuts before.
I've never had a dog with nuts before.
Like as an individual with nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you know this, but I do have nuts.
Do have a nut or 2.
I think I have 2. It's like weird that I don't know how to deal with a dog with nuts, despite the fact I have them.
To be honest, like we'll get into this in a second with like the marking, but like realistically, it's not that different. It's
not crazy.
Yeah, no, it's not. Like, I had Asian Girl Squad over last night, and they met Diggy for the first time. And so Tiff and Remy both have girl dogs. Remy's got 2 girl dogs. Tiff's got Zoe, their Frenchie. And so them seeing dog nuts up close before was fucking hilarious. They literally just like never really seen dog nuts. Like because they've got girls and they definitely, gotta be honest, I think actually dog vaginas are a little scarier than dog nuts.
Oh, I would take dog nuts any day.
It's because someone was just talking about this, how dog vaginas, there's an innie and an outie.
My mother.
Was that your mom that was saying that?
And let me tell you, this is not a conversation that I thought I was ever going to hear
with your
come
mom.
Out of Donna Lewis's mouth.
No, now that you're saying that, that's right.
She's like, you know how there's, dog vaginas, some are in and out. I'm like, oh, we're going here. Okay.
Oh my God.
Keep it going, Donna.
Also, I feel like you don't
Devin's
think about
face.
that.
Oh God.
I'm traumatized.
Yeah. And a word from our sponsor.
And so, because I can't remember if she said Berkeley had an innie or outie. Berkeley is Jeremy's sister.
Right. A golden doodle.
Who is a golden doodle. Berkeley has a really funny personality. So she's the exception of golden doodles that I fuck with. Yeah, exactly.
She's quirky.
Also, she's your sister.
Right.
So we have to have love for Burkles.
Right. No, just similar to how these 2 are brothers.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
my sister.
Burkles and Jeremy.
I see the resemblance, by the way.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too.
I guess I'm not as bothered by the nuts like in practice at all. It's just that in LA, or at least where we live, and all the things that we need to do with them, which is like daycare and grooming and all the things, you can't have nuts.
No, you can't have nuts.
So you're going to get your nuts taken up in a couple of weeks, sir.
No. And so I have learned a lot. Oh my God, also. So we took him for his first vet checkup just to do like a general exam and blood work and to like just get a read on everything to make sure he's healthy.
He's healthy.
Except for when they did blood work, I was going through like the recap of everything they did, and it was a senior dog blood work panel that they had submitted.
And for people that didn't hear that because it went into the like supersonic frequency, he's 7.
He's 7.
Which is the beginning of senior ages, but he's got literally another 26 years left at least.
I know. You know what the kind of energy that gives me is when they call someone who's pregnant at 35 a geriatric pregnancy.
Yeah, and
That's
I call
like
that
the
fucking rude.
same energy, which is fucking rude and offensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who do we talk to about that? Because
don't
you're
know.
for sure going to be
But
35.
they didn't say that. They didn't say that in the vet appointment, and I didn't realize until I was looking at the summary of like the vaccines they did, and I was like,
It's like at any point in time you see like someone's just internal notes of a situation. You're like,
yes.
oh my God, like they're not wrong, but I just wish that I wasn't ready to read the truth.
No, I was taken aback.
Yeah.
I gasped. So when in like the initial conversations that we had with the family, they said that he was super submissive, even though he's not neutered, which sometimes can be an issue. Like if a dog has like major dominance or alpha energy, which someone was saying the whole like alpha thing has been debunked and it's not actually true about like establishing alpha. Anyways, not a dog trainer. That's aside the fact. So they were saying that he's
We're dog lovers. We're not dog trainers.
Exactly. We're dog lovers, not trainers.
I can't wait to hear everyone's professional opinion on this in a moment.
Oh,
too.
people have a lot of thoughts about dog everything. And you know what? It's just prepping us for the opinions that people have like on parenting humans as well,
I have
too.
no patience for that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I see the glimpse of it with dogs, and I can just imagine how violent it is with human babies.
Mm-hmm.
What's the first thing you do when you wake up? Is it checking up on your credit score? Did not think so. Well, Chime is here to do that for you. With their secure Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card, you can start to build credit with your own money. Building credit can be really hard to do when you're first starting out, and that is why I love Chime. Seriously, like no one tells you how important it is to have credit. And also, when I moved to the States, a bitch had no credit. No credit.
The biggest flex in the world
is that you have credit.
Is good credit.
Yeah, good credit, 100%.
Chime reports your payments to credit bureaus to help you build credit over time. Not something that everyone thinks comes standard. Chime doesn't. Their members see an increase of 30 points on average. That's huge.
That's massive.
All of this with no annual fees, large security deposits, or credit checks to apply. So start your credit journey with Chime. Sign up only takes 2 minutes and does not affect your credit score. Get started today at chime.com/WT9. That's chime.com/WT9. The Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card is issued by Stride Bank, NA pursuant to a license from Visa USA Chime checking account after $200 qualifying direct deposit required to apply for the secured Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card. Regular on-time payment history can have a positive impact on your credit score. Impact to the score may vary, and some users' score may not improve. Out-of-network ATM withdrawal fees may apply except at MoneyPass ATMs in a 7-Eleven or any Allpoint or Visa Plus Alliance ATM.
So they said he's super submissive. He's really sweet. They said he was 30 pounds. He's 36.
Yeah. I think that, like how like some women haven't stepped on the scale for a while.
I think that maybe also why women?
Well, I'm thinking
why?
my mother would tell me.
Yeah.
She's like, well, the last time I got on the scale, that was this. So we'll just keep it there.
And so Diggy and Moose are both 36 pounds, but Diggy is a different structure. He's got littler legs and he's very meatball shaped. So Moose is like a little bit taller and a little bit longer.
I can't believe we're saying this, but Moose looks slim and trim next to Diggy.
Moose looks slim and trim next to Diggy. And Diggy is a short little meatball. The vet was saying that because he still has his nuts and he's had testosterone just like coursing through his body for the last 7 years.
He thinks he's gonna be a fucking log. He thinks he's like, oh, I think you're gonna get huge. I think you're gonna be absolutely sausagey.
So I guess metabolisms really slow down once you neuter them, especially when they're a little bit older. And he said that you have to be really careful with older dogs because they can gain weight. So you have to either reduce the food or up the exercise or a little bit of both. But also, so because that he has not been neutered for 7 years, that's why his neck is so thick.
I mean, he's a thick boy.
He kind of reminds me of just like a snowman, like a head on a body. You know what I mean? There's not much neck going on.
But there's not much neck, but also a lot of neck at the same time.
But also so much neck at the same time.
His neck might be as big as my neck.
I think it's bigger.
Yeah.
Looking at your neck right now, it's 100% bigger.
Yeah.
100% bigger.
Tick-neck.
Tick-neck boy.
I mean, fortunately, Donna is used to puppies and dogs and like making messes and everything. So it was only helpful to have an extra pair of hands.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, no, she's a dog lover. Literally, when you were working or sleeping or whatever, and I had to like step out to like take a call or whatever, I could hear her in the living room with the two of them, like just having full on conversations. It was so cute.
It's adorable.
She was playing piano for them and just like chatting. It was so cute. They have gotten along so well. Like we literally could not have asked for it to go better. Because I think everyone's like biggest question was like, do you think they're going to remember that they're father and son? And like,
hot take.
No. Hot take. No. The answer is no.
And like, if you looked at the video of them, like when they first met, it was adorable.
Oh my God, it was so adorable.
They got along immediately. They have a lot of the same quirks. They're equally as awkward and weird.
100%.
They both have butthole issues.
Major butthole issues.
I mean, just like, it's like, I'm
wiping two buttholes a day now. Honestly, Jeremy, just get up in here. Like, let me just add 3.
Well, I hope it's 3 with your own.
Oh, right. Oh, shit. Okay, yeah, right. My own 3 buttholes a day.
4.
Why
So
don't
let's
we add
do
yours?
4.
Oh, man.
Devin, yours good?
Yeah.
I am definitely good.
Yeah, okay. Listen, if it changes,
I do not
she's a
need
pro.
no wiping.
She's a pro. But yeah, no, like everybody gets their butt wiped in this house now.
Everyone gets their butt wiped in this house now, yeah. And I do think though, because they share DNA, there's gotta be something, you know what I mean? Like a lot of their quirks are similar in their general personality of being like goofy, but really sweet, really affectionate. Because when I met Diggy, so I did the drive, I stayed over, I slept 0 hours in this corporate housing. It was a very cute hotel. Slept 0 hours because I was nervous that he wouldn't like me and we'd have an awkward car ride home the next day. We wouldn't have anything to talk about.
6 minutes before, like the family's supposed to show up, I'm FaceTiming Lauren and she's just like,
what if he
doesn't like me? And what if he's sad? And what if this? And I'm like, oh my God. Now, we've had a theory that in a world where we had to, well, there's no world where we give Moose up, but in a world where Moose got separated from us, we'll just play this out real quick.
Yeah.
I think the sadness that Moose would feel would be non-existent if
Very
someone
little.
just said, would you like to get in the car? I have a treat.
Yes.
I just don't think he would ever.
He would
look
trade
back.
us for a hamburger in a second.
If you told Moose right now, listen,
Yes.
you can stay right where you are in the house and get the same food schedule that you've always, like everything, right? Or I have a half a carrot
right now.
in my hand that you can eat, and then we'll take it from there. We'd never see Moose again.
No, 100%.
We are always one
treat.
half of a fucking treat left away from not having like our loving boy.
Yes,
He would leave
100%.
us in a moment.
Which has pros and cons because
Yes.
I have like Zach and Maggie, their dog Bowie has a lot of separation anxiety. He makes himself sick and it's so heartbreaking to see.
Yeah.
And I always think that like having separation anxiety a lot of times is associated with having a really high IQ. And not that these pups don't have high IQs. But they're just sweet.
No one gets bull terriers for their fucking
No one
IQ.
gets bull terriers for their shining star of A+ across the report card.
No, they've only memorized things to make their life more convenient.
Yeah.
Which is adorable.
Which is adorable.
Yeah.
But we've always said that like if Moose were to, get lost and walk into a new home and a new life tomorrow, he'd probably be fairly happy as long as he had soft things and a good meal every day.
I'm not entirely
The
sure you
dream
even think
meals?
about like as a new home. It's like, oh, I'm just eating here now.
I'm just eating here now. Exactly.
Yeah, these
Yeah.
people feed me now.
Right. Exactly.
So 10 out of 10 would recommend. And also like there's just this weird like sad thought. Well, when I was listening to Lauren talk about like, oh, well, the family's doing this, family's doing this. And when Lauren told me that the mom was like, oh, we're gonna have to leave him tomorrow, right? And like expedited.
Right.
The thought of they're like, okay, we'll give him a bath. We'll spend a lot of time with him.
Yeah.
The thought of having to bathe.
Oh my God, I could cry right now just thinking about it.
I just in my mind, I was thinking about what it would be like to like give your dog one more bath
I would cry.
before you don't see him maybe ever again after 7 years. And I was like, this is so.
It's so sad.
It was so sad, but it was also like, okay, I can't wait to love this thing. I already love him. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
This whole thing.
This whole thing,
But at
this
the same
little
time, I was
egg.
like, you have to like that's so hard.
Oh my God.
Stop it. You're fine. You're okay. He's right here. He's great. It's okay.
I know, and like we've sent each other, or I've sent so many videos and photos and stuff.
Yeah, like
over the
they had
last,
to upgrade their
week.
phone plan 3 times for
Right,
sure.
because I've sent so much media
Yeah.
and data. But I think it gives them a lot of the peace and comfort knowing how well they're getting along and that there's 2 of them, and also that we both are like, we work at home, and so they get so much attention, because I mean the average person works 9 to 5, and so majority of dogs in the world or across America unfortunately are just at home, and that's kind of like the norm when people have a regular 9 to 5 job, and so they know that we work at home and we smother our dogs.
Once again, basic requirements are met. Yeah. So there's that. So now we have 2 pups.
So now we've got 2 pups,
and we're thrilled that everyone's along for the ride.
Oh
Wait,
my God.
I'm dying to know, how was the initial ride back with him? Like,
it
was he like jumpy?
It was
he like
really
nap?
cute. So she warned me that he loves to sit on your lap in the car, which immediately I was in love with. I was like, oh my God, say less.
Yeah.
And so I
Really? Oh no.
Oh no. Like what else could Tesla autopilot be for? It's for us to sit together in the front seat.
Except for he's a meatball.
Except for he's a meatball, and also a flailing meatball when he's really excited. And again, 36 pounds, distributed very heavily when one paw is crushing you with basically like 35 of those pounds
Yeah.
at a time. So I set up the bed in the front seat, hoping that we would just hang, because Moose is great in the car as well too. He'll just curl up and kind of like, watch out the window and usually fall asleep in the front seat.
Yeah. Moose is like happy to be disinterested in what's going on.
Moose is just happy to be in the car. Like he likes just
totally.
going for a car ride.
Yeah.
And so that lasted about 3 minutes. We didn't leave the parking lot because Diggy was so excited.
Well, we have this thing that so Diggy is obsessed with kisses.
Obsessed with kisses.
And we have this running joke where it's like Diggy in his mind just goes, "I'll give the kisses.
Yeah.
I'll give the kisses.
I'll give the kisses."
And he's just sitting there just licking and wants to like eat your face.
Because Moose is not a licker.
No, at
Moose
all.
is not a licker. Like he'll like boop you and stuff, but he's not like a tongue on face type of dog.
Diggy, if we let him, would sit here and just lick our faces
for hours.
until the skin fell off.
Which was adorable though, because the moment that I met him in the parking lot, I like crouched down. He had paws on my shoulders licking my face.
Oh, no,
and
like,
I was like, we're gonna be just fine.
Like when you like have a puppy, you want to teach it to not like get up and like jump on people and everything else.
Do that.
But there may be a little bit of this we might want to work on, but like when a new person comes into the area, Diggy walks up to them and just like puts his paw like on like their like leg or whatever and just starts to like lift himself like just carefully
and just licking.
It's fucking adorable.
So cute. And he also exclusively sleeps on his back and snores, which is very endearing when you are not trying to sleep 4 inches from his snoot.
Well, and when sometimes Diggy and I match and we'll both sleep on our back and snore.
Literally last night, I went and slept on the couch for the last couple hours because Jeremy came home late last night and oh my God. Also, so I guess this is probably not the time to say that Moose was not a good guard dog. Someone could walk into our house and he would not bat a whisker. And Diggy last night when Jeremy came in, fucking
went off. Yeah.
And then Moose started barking just because he wanted to like join in on the barking. I don't think there was like a protective bone in his body, but he was just like, oh, we're barking.
We're barking now.
And scared the shit out of me. And so Jeremy got Diggy out of his crate, brought Diggy up into bed. And then, I'm not kidding, probably 4.5 minutes later, they were both on their back snoring. And so then I went and slept on the couch downstairs because I was like, I have shit to do tomorrow morning. This is adorable. Diggy is adorable. A little bit less adorable from you. You know what I mean? But Diggy can't help. Diggy is just Diggy.
You get it, yeah.
And so I went and slept downstairs so that you guys could enjoy your snoring slumber together.
So everything's perfect.
Everything is perfect.
Not to change topics, but we need to talk about what I think might be the most scandalous topic of this fall.
Scandalous.
And it's not Kanye getting it into the fights.
Oh my fucking
with
God.
everybody, including Judaism.
Hate him. He is scum of the fucking earth. I hate him.
This is not the topic.
Hate him. You know what I really hate too? I hate Kanye apologists. I'm like, okay, fucking he made one good song in 2013. Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
There were a couple good songs.
Yeah, okay. I also like
College Dropout was fantastic.
College Dropout was great music.
You turn that thing on and just the full thing.
It's a great song.
Yeah.
It does not make it okay for you to be a Kanye apologist.
You don't get to hate Jewish people because you make good music.
It makes me mad. Like we're not on Nikki Phillippi level of Bull Terrier Killer level of hate, but it's up there.
So if you had to have lunch with one of them, who would it be?
Oh, Nikki Phillippi, because I could just clock her in the face.
Okay, got it. You're right.
Kanye wouldn't
I
listen
told
to
you.
you.
Yeah, Kanye doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, you would be like,
Kanye does not
Can you
give a
imagine
fuck.
like halfway through that conversation, just like, when is this thing over? Like,
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I hate him, and I hate the Kanye apologist. Anyway, keep going.
so like I said, a much bigger controversy than that. Chess.
I've been seeing the headlines. Gonna be honest, they haven't been
It's
as
fucking
clickbaity,
juicy.
as okay. Yeah, give us the tea, babe. Give us the tea.
Long?
The chess.
Devin, I'll answer this. Don't
Okay.
you worry. It wasn't on your topic sheet for the day. It's okay. You missed this one. You missed it. It's
I'm
okay.
intrigued.
It's okay. I almost put it on for you. I'll put it on for you. So, for everyone who's following, and I know you are,
Yes.
there was a very highly contested round, match, tournament, whatever of chess not so long ago, where like the grandmaster of the world.
Is there only one?
What do you mean?
Like it's like the Pope. Like there's only one grandmaster.
It's actually the Pope.
Yeah.
They got their structure from chess players. So yeah.
that
So
makes sense.
yeah, they looked at chess. Not quite. So there are grandmasters, but this is like
Okay.
the grandmaster daddy.
Grandmaster
Big
daddy.
Yeah. He's like Hans.
Grandmaster daddy.
Yeah. Mask daddy. So Mask daddy was playing whatever against this like kid and got his ass handed to him.
How old when you say kid?
I don't know.
Like 20?
Somewhere between like 15 and 50. And so
Okay.
he lost. And I guess in chess, it's like customary when at the end of the round or like game, out of respect, the person who wins, I guess, explains
Oh.
how they fucking won.
And then he did. Oh.
And so or like you can ask questions. Like
Yeah.
it's and like especially if like you beat someone ranked higher than you.
Right.
Like it's totally okay to be
like
like
a learning moment.
yeah, like the guy who's like higher than you, if he asks, hey, why did you do this move? Right? That's like you get to teach, you get to show like,
Right. Or like, what was your strategy?
Yeah.
Why'd you do this? What were you thinking here?
and so I guess he was like, all right, it's like, why you did this, and that really feel like what happened? Like, what were
Yeah.
you thinking? And I guess the guy just goes, yeah, I don't know. I guess what seemed like a good move. And
Wait, can you Google how old he is? I need to put an age and a face. Oh, Diggy.
so essentially, like, and everyone's like, this is the highest ranked chess player ever, right? They have ratings.
Okay, how old is this kid?
Yeah, it's this fucker right here.
This fucker.
So yeah, Magnus Carlsen, right? He's
Magnus Carlsen.
yeah. So
He just sounds like a
Big
Republican.
Daddy Magnum. No. This is the winner. We like Magnus. Magnus is great. Magnus Carlsen. Yeah, it is the number one guy, right? Highest ranked ever. Okay, he's the one that lost to this little fucking cheating piece of. Fucking,
Okay, so Magnus is 31.
right, and this other kid, let's look him up. Yeah,
Hans Niemann.
yeah.
19 years old.
So Hans, right?
He looks like a TikTok fucker.
So I guess the world of chess.
Okay.
Now went and looked at all the receipts. They look at so like when you like play chess, like like you write like every single one down and like it matches and you can like replay games, right? Like you can, like
I have no idea.
you ain't no nerd.
No, Swoozy taught me how to play chess. We played maybe 3 times, but he taught me how to play on this Mario Super Bros chessboard. And so it was very confusing because instead of like a pawn, I had like a toad
Okay.
or like a Koopa Troopa.
Got it.
And it was very confusing. And
Well,
so
I played chess in elementary school.
okay.
I was ranked. It's not a big deal. So point is, you literally can like replay your games because you write down each one of the moves, blah blah blah. And so they started to look back on these kids' games.
Okay.
And so you can, I guess, like compare every single move with like AI or like a machine or a computer to be able to say, hey, as a computer who can see 19 moves into the future, what move would you make?
Right.
And depending on how similar they are, right? It's like, oh, this like might be cheating. So to give you context, the best players in the world, Magnus, like all the like
Hans.
no, not Hans.
Fuck Hans.
Fuck Hans.
Yeah, we're not Team Hans.
Wait, remember Hans from was it which Disney movie where Hans turned out to be the fuck?
I'm not sure.
Got it. We'll fact check that. Wait.
Which Hans turned out to be the fuck Disney movie? Oh, Frozen. Yes, Hans. We hated Hans.
Yeah.
Remember it's
So Hans,
the sandwich song.
yeah. So Disney,
Yeah.
the Disney Hans was shaped after this little fucking cheater. That's what it was.
Makes sense.
Anyway,
Makes
back
sense.
to my story. The best players in the entire world are about 70% of what a computer would do.
Okay.
Right, 70% of the time. This guy, they ran it back 100%.
Shut the fuck up.
Now, here's where it gets juicy. Here's where it gets juicy, though. So, if you look at it,
Okay.
there's no earpiece. There's like, you could see people in the like.
What about like a Google Glass type of contact or
No.
something?
I got it better. I think I saw this headline and I'm buying it 100%.
Will you Diggy's head is hanging off. Will you just grab his legs and just scoot him back like 2 inches? Also, we have 2 for 2 eggs still on these little mini couches right now. Oh, yeah, there you go.
I know how he's doing it.
How's he doing it?
Anal beads.
Anal beads.
It's anal beads. I can feel it.
Oh.
Depending on how
You
many
can feel them?
how many vibrate. Yeah, well, listen.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say anything to incriminate myself.
Right, yeah,
the point
yeah,
is,
yeah.
I think depending on how many buzzes going on up there, he knows which one to go to.
Oh.
So I think,
You think someone's doing like Morse code anal beading?
Lauren, I couldn't have said it better myself. Yes.
Is there a world you think where he's got some kind of like lens in his eye? Because that shit is getting crazy. Like Google Glass obviously is like the physical glasses that go on
Let's
your
get
face.
off Google Glass. It's Google anal beads.
Google anal beads.
Yeah.
You should probably
Googly beads.
yeah, googly beads.
You can keep that one Google.
Google beads.
Ooh, yeah.
Goonal beads.
Ooh. Anyway, point is, like, there's something about this and the world, like, fishing fucking competition that was also rigged. All happening in this.
What?
Look this up. You missed this
The
one.
fishing competition.
Listen, you missed this one too.
How is
I
that
have
right?
another like cheating
Another
scandal
cheating
that just
Yes.
happened.
Oh my
like gambling.
God.
I can't fucking wait. So they were putting fucking weights in their fish.
Oh, I did hear about this one.
Same week as Hans. I think it's related.
Okay, men need to fucking get a new hobby. If they've run out of hobbies of chess and fishing and they're cheating so hard, find a new hobby.
Well, my cheating story is actually about a woman who
Devin
He
said,
said, "Bitch,
ma'am,
sexism
sit
not
down.
today."
Sit down.
a lot of money was on the line. Like I don't know
Poker?
exactly. Like yes, 600K or something
Oh my
crazy.
God.
I think it was
Okay.
200 or 300K.
She had a ring on, and they believe that she was because she like made a bet that like you I guess don't normally make. I don't know anything about poker, but she made a bet that was really crazy. Ends up like losing this guy all his money, and
So
then people
she-
start to notice she's fiddling with a ring, and they think that maybe she had a vibrating ring that would vibrate from
on
someone.
else.
Do you think Hans's anal beads were connected to her ring?
Oh my God. 100% they had
It's
to
all
be.
connected. It's
all
Illuminati.
connected, yeah.
I'm not saying that they're connected. I'm not saying. It would be difficult to disprove. They don't
Yeah.
know each other.
Google.
And they both are vibrating back and forth with one another. Yeah. So yeah, she ended up these little fuckers stuffing fish.
lead weights into fish at competition charged with attempted.
Look at these little fuckers. Look at this. And look, they cut them open and they found fucking weights.
Okay, but I don't understand. When at what part of the fishing process were they putting the weights in them?
I think after they caught him, they were like,
After
oh.
they caught them, they stuff a weight
Well,
in
I think
them?
that's like you catch them and you put them in like a you
The
know,
little bin thingy?
yeah.
And so
they
they were
like,
just cheating?
Bloop,
Is that the weight going down its throat?
bloop, bloop,
Bloop,
Yep.
bloop.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So yeah, the poker thing was like, I guess I saw it. So it wasn't that she like made some weird. She had nothing in her hand.
Yeah.
Like she had like
Nothing.
a 3 and a nothing. Like like I think it wasn't even like she had a pair. She had fucking nothing. And this other guy had also not that much. And so she's like, he like fucking raises the pot up, and
Okay.
she just like calls it like meets him, and just like keeps fucking going. And I guess long-ish story short, like statistically, it'd be like, oh, so you're just down to fucking lose a ton of money and you have no reason to actually think that your hand's gonna be better.
Right,
And her
right.
only response was just like, I just knew you had nothing. Now, I actually am on team, what's her name?
Judy.
Judy.
No, was her name? Sorry, I might have made that up.
Robbie J.
Robbie Jade knew.
Let me tell you why I'm on Robbie's team.
Okay.
She looks like a woman who can fucking smell
Wait,
bullshit.
is that her? Is that her?
Yeah.
Scroll up.
Look at her. She can smell some bullshit.
she cute.
She can smell
Yeah,
bullshit from a
she
mile away.
cute.
I think she looked over at Chad and said, no. This
This
dude's
motherfucker got
he's
nothing.
got nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna
Right.
I'm just gonna fucking call him on it.
So because they don't have it confirmed that it was like a ring situation, did she get to keep the money?
Not sure.
Well, also, I think that's the thing is like the organization that ran the event because it was broadcasted is investigating it, but she's saying she's ready to prove that her $120,000 ruby ring is real.
Oh, so
and
she's
does
just
not vibrate.
rich. $120,000
But
ruby ring.
people are saying she did it for the fame, she did it for the money. I didn't need the money. So that's hilarious, said Lou, 37. As for fame, I obviously look a certain fake Hollywood way. If I wanted to be famous, there was a far easier way to do it than this.
Oh
I
my
like her.
God. Honestly, clap back, bitch.
See, I think that she just called a dude out.
Yeah.
He got caught.
People are mad.
Right.
He's very upset that he
Yeah.
lost a dick measuring contest. And that's
Oh
it.
yeah. Wow. She does look like a fake Hollywood kind of girl, actually.
Listen, Robbie, go off. Do your thing.
Yeah, go off, girl. Go off.
Yeah, a shockingly unorthodox move that paid off. She took down the huge $269,000 pot.
Wow.
Yep.
Wait, I need to hear different conspiracy theories on this chess guy.
It's anal beads.
I want to know.
So they've basically like taken away his win.
Yeah.
And they're like, dude, what the fuck? And so
They did take it away?
I think they did. And then also they were able to confirm that he cheated forever ago.
Oh, I feel like I've been seeing these headlines, to be completely honest, but I have not been clicking them because I'm like, why is this on my timeline? Why is this on my
Because
For
it's
You
the most
page?
important thing that's happened since Diggy. And like, I listen.
Literally, I thought that you were gonna say, since like I wasn't sure where you're gonna put the timeline, but I was like, if you say that this is more important than Diggy, he was like, we're done here.
We are done here.
We are done.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, so I don't actually believe in once a cheater, always a cheater, but in chess, I do.
Mm.
You cheating in chess, you fucking suck.
Mm-hmm.
You're always going to suck. Like, who cheats in chess?
What?
Who cheats in chess?
I don't know, but Diggy is snoring. Can we just have can you put the mic to his nose?
No.
No, I literally cannot.
I cannot. So that's my update for today. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, story's
Wow.
progressing. Well, and listen,
Yeah.
listen,
I
you
can't
come
wait for
back.
the update. I
Yeah.
can't wait for the update. I do want to give an update on my arm injury. I had a few PTs give some really in-depth, like amazing feedback on the last episode. And so for those maybe like 5 or 6 physical therapists who have a doctorate in physical therapy, I just want to say thank you for your time and your in-depth answers. And I went to a new chiropractor today.
And he said, you're masturbating too much. And
it's my left hand, so no.
Stupid question.
I can't wait to hear what this is. Go ahead.
Do you think that you could properly masturbate with your left hand?
No.
Same.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be able to do it.
No.
Couldn't
I feel like I've read or like seen in movies where a guy will try and use their non-dominant hand to see if it'll feel like it's someone else. I saw this in a movie or a show one time where
Someone sits in their hand?
yes, and makes it go to sleep
Yeah.
so that it feels like not their own hand.
It's better than fucking a goat, I bet.
Yeah,
But
that's
I
true.
did say I bet.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's tough.
So I saw this TikTok, and I didn't think that. And it was this Mormon guy, I think, who was ex-Mormon.
Yeah.
And this was like
I know where this is going.
hardcore. Yeah, I told you about this story. And he was saying how there just lacks so much sexual education. He was like, a lot of the kids that I grew up with, because he was basically like debunking different myths about Mormonism. And again, this is a very one-off particular story of someone's experience who was Mormon.
So you're saying that all Mormons are about to do what you said?
Yes,
what you're about to say. Got it.
exactly.
Okay, cool.
And I can't wait for that to be clipped and put on TikTok. But he was basically saying that there's just like such a lack of sexual education that when teen boys are just like start getting hit with like hella hormones and puberty and they just don't know what to do with themselves, they just
fuck
like
goats.
they fuck goats and sheep. He was like on multiple
let's
occasions.
just reach
He
it.
was like,
They've-
I've seen my cousins and brothers
they've
fuck
been-
animals.
Wait, fun fact. This is crazy you're saying this. You're talking about Mormon schools, but on my other podcast with Noah and Lorraine, they grew up with no sex ed classes at their schools.
Really?
One went to a public, one went to a private. No sex ed.
What?
And they're probably like 3-4 years younger than me. I had
I'm
it.
shocked.
Wait, that's shocking.
So it scares me that there's like normal public private schools out there that do not
Also,
have
it's interesting
sex
that they
ed.
both went to a private and a public school. So like
I don't-
both sides of like
Like, I'm
the-
shocked that's even legal, really.
Yeah,
Right?
seriously.
So,
Oh, it makes no
What
You had
sense.
states
sex
are
ed,
what
right?
states are they?
Oh
in?
yeah.
was it awkward?
Because I asked them, I wanted to know how awkward it was for them.
Yeah.
They didn't have it.
Where are they from?
Noah's Arizona, Lorraine is Inglewood.
Oh my God, that's shocking. We literally, a kid passed out. We watched the cycle of life when we watched a woman give birth
Same.
on what would have been a VHS. It would have been a DVD at this time. But it was in our science class.
Yeah.
We
Can
watched
you
this.
imagine that now in 4K?
Oh my! You could watch that shit on TikTok for free right now, 100%. I know some vloggers who basically have vlogged it. Tiff will be the Asian Girl Squad member who vlogs her pregnancy for sure, like that.
But like not showing
Probably from
the
behind.
goods.
From
Okay,
behind.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No, she'd be
I was
like,
like-
over here, she's like, so
Matt,
hey
can you
guys,
get in
what?
there? Matt, can
Yeah.
you get in there?
Yeah. Yeah. Like up until she shits herself. And then.
Oh my
cut.
God! Oh, stop!
It's like your biggest fear.
So, oh my God, pushing out a baby.
Yeah.
I'd rather die.
But like every nurse and
You know
doctor.
what though? It's more you seeing me shit while a
But
baby is coming out.
It's not a big deal. If that happens, I promise it won't be weird because we just won't see each other.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd have to leave. Yeah. But my favorite is like, we've joked about it before, and like every doctor and nurse is like, we don't care if you shit. We don't care if you shit.
Oh,
I
don't care about the healthcare professionals either. They see, it's like
you don't care about them?
What?
You don't care about them?
I'm not thinking about being embarrassed if I shit during that moment.
Got it.
One of my friend's moms,
I can't wait to hear
this also scares me a lot too, because this happens very frequently, is that their vagina hole tears all the way down to their butthole. And so you were just getting sewed up. So it's like either you're getting a C-section, you're getting sewed up, or your butthole is your gooch, your taint is literally just ripping and you're getting sewed up in that way too.
Ow.
I want both of you right now to say a fucking prayer for being a male and never having to experience childbirth.
If I could.
No, you would not.
If I could carry the burden for you.
No, you would not, Jeremy.
I'd pay for somebody else to do it.
Yes, no, you would. Well, you put this poor dog's head back on the couch.
He likes to sleep like this.
I know. You know what? It's a heavy head though, too. It's like Moose's too. Oh,
Little
sweet
bean.
Diggy. Oh, I can't. Oh, he's
So much ween goo.
sleepy.
So much ween goo.
He's so sleepy. So Diggy has had to be a little bit of a diaper boy lately because he walked in and immediately started peeing he started marking in the house.
That's okay.
Which I know, he doesn't know better.
He didn't know any better.
Doesn't know better.
Well, because like I think we don't realize that like when we have an all indoor dog, they go outside to potty and like to play a little bit, but like they're indoors always. So it's like they're and when you have a dog, especially in Northern California, where the temperature is even more mild.
Oh my God, yeah.
And
well, no, it's like he's crate trained, so like they're inside during the day, and then I think they got home from work and they go, roam around on their 10-acre lot, and the temperature is
great.
Yeah, no, it sounds like a very solid.
And in that environment, you can kind of pee on anything you want.
You can pee on anything you want, exactly.
And we just have, I think he's just spending more time with the Restoration Hardware Cloud Couch.
Yes.
Than he was before.
I'm not kidding. It happened once. He peed on he walked in, peed on the side of it. And it's different because it's not that he's not potty trained, because he would never just crouch and take a poo in the house. He would never do that.
No.
But it's more.
I'm not fearful of that at all.
No, not at all. And he would never pee in his crate or anything because he's crate trained, he's potty trained. He's just not. We're working on the marking. And so when we put a little diaper on him, a little belly band, it's easy.
He looks adorable.
He looks adorable, one, but it's also easy to correct because he still lifts his leg to do it. And so you see that it's happening, but then your couch isn't being peed on. And then you can be like, Diggy, no. Diggy, no, we don't do that.
He also doesn't know the word no.
No, we also don't know how to sit,
which is
that's okay.
Fucking which is crazy. We
are working on it,
but also adorable.
We're in dog 101 right now.
Yeah,
we're in dog 101.
But we just have a different the way that our ability to spend so much time.
Yeah,
personally with them during the day because of our working. It's just a dog that's not used to us would fortunately for this one it's okay, but I feel like they're like, okay, give me some time.
Give me some fucking space.
Don't
you have a job? Go do something.
I know I'm your best friend.
Go do something.
But I think it'd be best if you gave me some space.
Oh, Diggy. I mean, we're just so grateful because a lot of the things about a dog that you can't teach are personality and sweetness and being affectionate, and that's a lot of stuff that you just can't control.
You can't teach a good boy to be a good boy.
You can't teach a good boy that's not true. You can teach a dog how to be a good boy, but you can't teach a good boy how to be a sweet boy if he's not already a sweet boy.
He is a sweet boy.
Diggy is a sweet boy, and he's so affectionate. And he just wants to love.
I love you.
And
I love you.
Oh, look at him. He's just so happy. And I want to be very clear that I actually asked Remy this on one of the first days that we had both dogs. I was like, I need you to give me a one-on-one on how to have two dogs because I feel like I need to also smother Moose in love Moose with love because I don't want him to feel left out. And so we're giving them both equal love. If one person gets a pet, the other gets a pet, or person. If the other dog, if we get one treat, one kiss, but just one diaper.
One diaper.
Yeah, one diaper.
Wait, before we end, we need to talk about how you and my mother had a heated discussion.
It was not heated.
About Velma's sexual preference.
I would say the most heated conversation that my mother, that myself and your mother have ever had was about Greta Thunberg, yeah. That was probably the most heated one that we've ever had. This was less heated. And I don't know, I walked myself right into this one. I don't know why I brought this up when she was sitting in the kitchen.
You navigated it so well. I'm not kidding. Usually I'm the one who's like, let's fucking go. Let's start. Oh, what was that? It's 9:30. Could you pass the milk? And also, let's talk fucking politics then. I noticed she sits up and stupid. Let me explain why. That was not me. I was literally over here, and I'm not kidding. It was I felt it. I heard it. I saw it, and I just sat down. I just go. Go ahead.
I brought it up. So we were
out of nowhere. Lauren just goes, yeah, and like, you know, it's good to know. It's good to know that like Velma's a lesbian now.
I know. I came down in the kitchen and I was like, oh my God, to see Velma is like officially gay. And you were like, we been know that Velma's a lesbian. And I don't know why. I literally walked in the kitchen, said this. You were both there, and then I just like I didn't even think about it because that's not something that I would like think about like not saying. You know what I mean? And
well, yeah, sure.
And then your mom said something. What was her first reaction? What did she say? No. You fucking egged her on. You were like, Mom, what do you think about that? You egged her on.
I woke up and I said,
let's
violence.
choose violence today.
I said, Mom, what do you think about that? And then I walked away.
Yeah, and then you walked away and sat down on the couch. And she said, and I feel like your mom and I are comfortable enough now where like I'm not scared to like have a conversation like that.
Yeah,
normally,
you are.
I mean, yes, of course. But like if for some reason I was feeling a little ballsy.
Yeah, no.
I had just done my solo drive to Sacramento. I was feeling empowered.
You said, let's talk about Velma's sexuality.
And her response was something along the lines of like, I just don't think that kids should be subject to sex like that. And I was like, well, it's not about sex. And she was like, I just don't think that they need to see that. And I was like, well, it's like sexuality and sex are two very different things. And
I sat there and I did.
And you literally were like, I'm just gonna sit here and watch or something along the lines. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. I was also just leave me to my own defenses.
Let the games begin.
Let the games begin, Diggy. Oh my God.
Wait, this is literally a scene in the new movie Bros.
That's what someone was telling me. I was telling this
insane.
to my friends. And I think they probably handled it much better than I did. I was not super eloquent with my words. So anyway, I was like this sexuality and sex are very different. And I think that kids need to be able to see themselves in media.
Lauren said, then I go, ooh, nailed it.
And so I was like, kids need to be able to see themselves and just that like heterosexual relationships are not the only thing that are presented in media. And I was like, and it's not about sex. So it's like, if you're in grade 1 watching Scooby-Doo and you're thinking about your crush, you're not thinking about sex. You're like thinking about like, oh, I like that girl that sits across from me in school. And then your mom tried to detour. And cause I was like, thinking about Jeremy, like he probably was like a chick magnet or he like was girl crazy. And she was like, oh no, Jeremy hated girls. And he just like was running away from all of them because Jeremy went to basically an all-girls school, which would be your dream now.
It wasn't great at the time.
Wasn't great at the time.
Yeah.
When you just want to play sports.
Yeah. Just trying to play with Tommy and Alex. Mom, I was like, to her credit, she took the detour to get out of the conversation.
She took the detour.
Not usually what Donna
does.
does.
Not usually what she did. And so then I brought it right back. And I was like, think about like Disney princesses. Like, so.
Lauren goes, she pulls out the Asian card.
I pulled the Asian card.
I go, oh, I love this.
I pulled the Asian card.
Yeah, that was
because
great.
I was like thinking about how many, I was like, so white.
I would have pulled it harder.
Oh my God. Well, I'm only half Asian, so I can only like do like a half
You're
sentence.
100% more Asian than my mother.
That is true. That is completely valid. And which is why I felt comfortable saying, because like this is something, because your mom's not gay, so she doesn't feel the need to be able to see herself as
Listen, we're not going to put my mom in a category. We don't know that.
We don't know that.
Yeah.
And so she's not Asian, so she doesn't, you know what I mean?
That'd be great news. My mom's like,
I'm gay.
by the way.
That would be fucking wild.
Not sure why I didn't come to this conclusion earlier, but I'm like
45.
At 45 years old.
45 years old.
I'd be like,
here I am.
I would say, Mom, get your ass over here. We're going to
we're going
fucking
to
West Hollywood right now.
Yeah, baby.
I'm calling the Abbey. We're going to be there in 10.
Oh, I would live. We could go to drag brunch. Oh,
can you imagine?
It'd be so fun.
Yeah.
So anyways, I used the Asian card and I said, when a white girl.
Lauren goes, hold on one second. So what was your favorite Disney princess? And I'd like you to think about what mine could be.
Oh, I have one option. Who's Chinese and I'm Japanese, so it's not even.
Mulan. She went to war.
Exactly. She went to war. She dishonored her family, and her best friend was a little dragon, a little mini dragon.
No, let's not take that away from her. That was great.
I mean, love Mushu.
Yeah,
Big
Eddie
fan.
Murphy.
Big fan.
Big fan.
Big fan. But no, I really was like, think about like all of like the white kids that grew up and they've got all of these choices to see themselves in Disney movies as Disney princesses. And then when I was a kid, it's like, okay, I've got Mulan's kind of the only one who kind of looks like me, and she was from obviously China. And so like I don't even really resonate at all with like how she grew up or her culture, but like that was the closest thing I had to a Disney, again, not princess, but like that was kind of the only like Disney main character female that was somewhat Asian that I could relate to. And I don't know if that quite resonated. I feel like she just wanted to be out of the conversation. I don't really know if that stuck with her, but
well, she also knows that she'll get a I mean, although I would have loved to sit there and watch it burn down. Later on, if she had said something that pissed me off, I would have been upset with her.
Right.
So I think she was on her best behavior.
Yes.
But most importantly, I thought you navigated it well.
Thank you so
I
much.
thought you nailed it.
Yeah.
And once again, sometimes you got to teach boomers a little thing about modern day everything.
Did we talk about the text my mom sent about cat girls?
I've got time.
I've been meaning to make a TikTok about this because she gave me permission to post about it because it was the most obscure text that I've ever received at like 6:30 in the morning at LA Fitness. Gail texted me and she was...
I love when Gail just gets out of pocket.
Oh my God, it's my favorite thing. Diggy. Oh, look how fucking cute he is. He's so compact. It's so adorable.
Put your penis away.
Oh no. No, Diggy, no. Is that out of frame? Please, God, be out of frame. I think it was.
I'm blinded.
Oh, Diggy. Oh, sweet Diggy boy. Also, Moose has been knocked out and dreaming this entire episode. Okay, so Gail texts out of nowhere. Have you heard about cat girls that identify as cats and pee in litter boxes? And I texted back in all capital letters, like 45, ha ha ha.
You go, I was going to tell you. Who'd you hear about it?
I was like, but like, yes, why? And she was like, okay, seriously, I totally accept that gender is a social construct, but species? Question mark. And this sounds like some shit that she, like.
It's giving furry. It's making me think.
It's even worse than furry because like furry is like, although weird, we're not going to kink shame. And that's like, that's more like, I would say cosplay, an extension of cosplay maybe.
Okay, yep.
Cosplay with like
you're right.
a sexual element to it. But these people just like straight up identify
It's a
as
lifestyle.
cats. It's a lifestyle.
I mean, if the internet's done anything for us, it's brought
This is
community together.
exactly the type of shit that you see on TikTok, and you're like, "I tell you on TikTok."
Well, the problem. Listen, I actually have no problem with you identifying as the fucking dumpster for all I care. I don't care. I really don't. Do your thing. Whatever. Doesn't impact me. My only issue is this is just. Hey.
D.
I'll do the kissing.
I'll do the kissing.
I'll
do the kissing.
I'll do the kissing. Yes.
His little grunts are so cute. This is the other thing we're learning about Diggy is that we've only heard him bark like once. He's not a Moose also is not a vocal dog either. Like they basically just like gnaw on each other's faces in silence on the ground. But Diggy has a lot of like grunts and snorts and such.
Back to women peeing in litter boxes.
Yes,
So,
yes.
or guys, really either one. The only thing I think that is difficult about this is that the outliers make for one hell of a trump card for the people that are trying to debate whether or not you identifying as maybe something that's a little more common, right? And so it's hard to say where you draw the line. So I don't draw the line.
Honestly, that's good advice, Jeremy. And on that note, we
Takeaways from this pod are you should be subscribed, you should be liking, you should listen to the whole thing, you definitely shouldn't skip the ads. And Diggy
is here.
To stay.
Diggy is here.
Diggy's here to stay.
Diggy's
And for
here.
anybody who's wondering whether or not they should go and adopt their pet's parents,
Father.
yeah, just take it from us. You should. And
We've got a group. We've got a family vet visit tomorrow.
yeah. And if everyone can in the comments say nice things about Diggy, and we'll read them to him for his self-esteem, because he doesn't get to have his own Instagram handle because Moose is verified.
And so you can't change a verified handle on Instagram.
I'm already really upset because
Yeah.
I keep tagging like Moose the mini
I
bully
know.
on
I
it.
saw that today. So I've been doing Diggy and Moose 101 on how to tell the two apart. And so I feel like you just have to like put their name on who it is and people will start learning because there's definitely some, we know instantly, but I feel like people of the internet are catching on.
He's our son, and if he's not in the diaper, sometimes it's difficult.
Oh, in the corner of your eye, it's literally just like a tan and white nugget walking and you don't know who's who.
What I think the biggest takeaway, the thing we should probably discuss next time, is that what more importantly than Velma's sexuality and Mulan being your only comp as a kid, who's the Canadian Disney princess? You heard me, Disney. Who's the Canadian Disney princess? And if there isn't one, let's get it fixed.
Banana and pajamas?
What? Karen David.
We did have Turning Red, which was a Pixar movie, which was adorable. Turning Red was super fucking cute. And then was also
Airbud.
Airbud's Canadian?
It was just shot there.
Oh, everything's shot in Vancouver.
Yeah.
So much is shot in Vancouver and Toronto.
All right.
Oh, turning red is good.
Latvia, it was good chatting with you today.
Say nice things about Diggy.
We will see you next week on Wild Till 9. Diggy out.
Diggy out.
Wait.
Diggy. Oh God. Diggy out.
Wait for the camera.
Diggy.
Bye, guys. Mwah.